This is Super Saiyan 7 Cinders, bringing you another deck idea. This one is a casual for fun deck. And this mat is very fitting, especially if you look at it this way, as this is my Kaiba deck. It is modernized, updated, so that the extra deck fusion summons, but it also synchro and exceed summons. This is for the September 13th ban list, but it does not include any of the Blue-Eyes Saga cards, which I know a bunch of people like myself are looking forward to. Can't wait to see how Blue Eyes really work. I've got a couple of decks in the works I've been playing on Dev Pro that I really like, that use some of those cards. I've got a Chaos type build which abuses the castle. Of course, uses Blue Eyes and Maiden and Silver's Cry. Lots of good stuff like that. However, this one doesn't use any of those cards. It is more traditional to Kaiba's deck, but has quite a few variations to it, additions. Stuff I figured Kaiba would use, I could see Kaiba using, and make use of to modernize his deck a bit. So let's start off with my biggest monsters. As Chaos Emperor Dragon is not legal, for my Chaos card I've put in Blackluster Soldier. And then I've got, of course, my 3 Blue Eyes. My big monsters. Those are my 8s. Everything else for monsters is 4 and below. I've got one Axe Dragon and 1 Alexandrite Dragon. Of course, your familiar Kaiba cards. We've got Vorse Raider and Lajin. One more normal I've thrown in. Hunter Dragon. Seemed to fit Kaiba. We've got 2 Mirage Dragons. For some reason, I always feel like it's a card he would play if he hadn't played. I don't know if I want to say he did, but I can't remember. I haven't found where it was included in any of his decks, but I feel like he's played it somewhere. And I'm probably just losing my mind on that one. Of course, this is one he didn't play, but I think would fit him and his deck. And it's definitely one I'm using in combination with Maiden when it comes out. Delta Flyer. Delta Flyer's effect is nice. It's a tuner. It makes it easy for fusion summoning, or synchro. Yeah, it makes it easy for synchro summoning, which, as I said, this deck is a little bit likely to do. Doesn't synchro a whole lot, but it does synchro some. And Delta Flyer is one of the key cards for synchro summoning. And like I said, in combination with Maiden. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put my counter, or target Maiden for Flyer's effect. Okay, I'm going to make it a level 2 instead of a level 1. Oh, guess what? I also get to special summon Blue Eyes. What now? Okay, another additional card. Since Lord of D is traditional, one of my variation cards is Lady of D. And then, talk a little bit more tradition, we've got Divine Dragon Ragnarok and Lord of D. Another non-traditional card for Kaiba. One I think he would make use of is Ancient Dragon. It able to change its level. It's a light dragon. Starts off weak, but it gets stronger as it goes. Increases its level as it goes. Some of our lower level monsters, we've got Rasaga the Destroyer, which is a traditional Kaiba card. It's helpful for his fusion summoning. Replaces Blue Eyes, replaces a couple other options. In this deck, it can replace Lord of D or Divine Dragon Ragnarok. it could also replace Blackluster Soldier. Another similar type card that Kaiba isn't known for using, but I don't see why he wouldn't use for similar reasons, is one light Hex-Sealed Fusion. Another card that I felt like throwing in. Not quite sure if it would really be a Kaiba card or not. It's another light dragon. It's another tuner. So it's fodder for the card of consonants. Is Galaxy Serpent. Then of course the last two monsters, we've got our traditional, we've got Kaiba Man and one White Stone. And that covers it for monsters. Spell cards. I've got several normal monsters, so I flipped in one Factory of Mass Production. Another card I flipped in here, which wouldn't have been an original Kaiba deck, but I could have seen being used in the GX here during GX, would be Faustian Bargain. That's nice with the normal monsters. You get rid of one of your opponent's special summon monsters and special summon one of your normals at the same time. And it doesn't destroy, it sends. So that affects a lot. That makes a huge difference in certain cards that can't be destroyed. A little bit more special summoning power. We've got, of course, one Ancient Rules, running one Silent Doom, one Swing of Memories. Love to be able to replace those with the Silver's Cries. Even then, even in those builds, I still may run one of each of these or one or the other. Of course, for fusion summoning, we've got my two Dragon's Mirrors. No polys, no Kaiba combination of fusion, polymerization, diffusion, all that stuff. Just simply straight up, I'll go for the fusions. And if I want the monsters back, I can go and get them with Return from the Different Dimension, or maybe with my one Light of Redemption, which I've added in here as one of my specialty cards for the deck. Then, of course, we've got Draw Power, one Pot of Duality, one Cards of Consonance, one Trade-In, one Shard of Greed. Miss the days of being able to play Pot of Greed. Of course, Graceful Charity, but can't use those in a traditional or an advanced play at match deck. So Shard of Greed works. I've got enough Blue Eyes to hit up Trade-In. Got enough tuner dragons to work with cards of cards of consonants. What up? I'm missing. There's supposed to be one more here somewhere. Where did it go? Oh no, that's the other deck. Sorry. I was thinking got stuck in a card trader in here, but that's the other deck. Okay. That's it for Draw Power. It's a good bit. And then I've got one Mystical Space and one Stamping Destruction. Future builds, which will be more heavily dragon based than even this build is, I'll probably just go straight to two Stamping Destructions. But as this is not totally dragon based, it's just largely dragon based, I stuck with one MST as well. Then we've got our trap cards. Two Dark Bribe, one Bottomless, as we're only allowed one now, and we're only allowed one Treacherous Tribute now. Don't have any compulsors in here. I thought about it, running one Dimensional Prison and one Mirror Force. Then, of course, for my banished monsters, one Return from a Different Dimension. And that rounds out the entire deck. It has 40 cards. The side deck is really a hodgepodge. It just cards I started to use or have used already. So it's got an extra ancient dragon, an extra Lajin, an extra decoy dragon, or an extra Delta Flyer. It is running. My side does have a decoy, and actually a traditional Kaiba card most people forget about. Death Pharaoh Limp. It is in there. And then another traditional Kaiba card, which I can't really play, just because I wanted to have it in the side deck. It's temporarily sitting there right now, and that's Cyberstein. Okay. For spells, looking at one monster incarnation, one monster reborn, Forbidden Lance, creature swap, dark hole, and of course traps. I've got my one more dark bribe and that compulsory I was talking about. For the extra deck, no surprise here. For the fusions, ultimate, 5-headed, and as I made a comment earlier about Blackluster Soldier, we've got Dragon Master Knight. Those are the fusions. For Exceeds, we are running Thunder and Dragon. Is that a surprise? 2 Queen Dragoon. And I think those are a great mix, as you have the Lajin, so you have another Jin monster in Queen Dragoon. And of course, the fusion, I'm running the... Oh, I didn't pull that fusion out. I knew there was a fusion missing. I didn't pull out my King Dragoon fusion. Somehow I've forgot about that one. Interesting. Unless it's hidden right here. No. Okay, somewhere I misplaced that one, or didn't pull it out. But King Dragoon is also going to be in here. But finishing out my Exceeds, I've got Levier and Wind Up Zen mains for 3s. Then we're running Scrap Dragon. I so love the idea of Scrap Dragon. Killing off my card, and it okay, well, I may not be able to use Scrap Dragon with the other cards, but it works well enough in here that I'm running one right now. It may or may not stay. Running 1 Stardust, 1 Black Rose, 1 Iron Chain, and 1 Catastor. That's the end of the deck. That's the extra deck. That's the side deck. I said I'm missing the 1 side deck card, or extra deck card, and the King Dragoon. Not sure how I forgot to put that in there, but I did. Let me know what you think. I think this looks interesting. When I do have the money to buy 3 of the Blue-Eyes Saga structures, I will do that, and I will be putting together a new deck. Even more loosely, call it Kaiba-ish, but it would be more Blue-Eyes, of course, with some changes, and maybe I'll get posted up the Chaos deck, which I won't probably build physically, but I will build a Blue-Eyes, probably call it a Blue-Eyes removal deck of some sort. When I've got that, I'll post that up.